Alright, so welcome back guys, or welcome if this is your first time here. I'm Vision here with Blind Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to be doing my review of The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 3, Warning Signs. So if The Walking Dead is something you're interested in, don't forget to subscribe down below and hit that bell icon, that way you don't miss any more Walking Dead content from me in the future. Now let's begin. So, we start this episode off with the reveal of a zombified Justin. Now, I have mixed feelings about this. I kind of wish they had done a different actor to play him. I think Zach McGowan is great talent, and I just feel like it was wasted in this quick 2 episode, maybe appearance, you could count it, maybe 3, of him. I just feel like he had so much more potential. I'm kind of bummed that they killed him off. That's not a con for the episode itself. That's just a con in my own personal feelings of this actor and how that he should have been portrayed as a character. I kind of wish he had gotten a bigger role. Next, we got the whole Rick, Judith, and Michonne montage. Now, I really did enjoy this. I think this is great. We definitely needed this. I think it was cute. I loved it. Every scene there, I really did enjoy. My one thing that I didn't like is I felt like it felt out of place. We got that opening scene with Justin, and then I feel like we should have gone right back to the next day at the campsite, but yet we go here. So that kind of just, I don't know, didn't it hit me correctly? Don't get me wrong, I think we definitely needed this, and I love these scenes, but I think they could have added them in a different episode, maybe episode 1 or maybe 2. I don't know how they do it for episode 2, but I think it would have been fit a little bit better there instead of right here. I just feel like they had the hype built up with Justin, and then to come here, it just kind of took us from a 10 down to a 5, and for that reason, I kind of got I don't know. I'm only gonna take off maybe a point or a point and a half or half a point for this, because it was definitely needed. I think we definitely needed the scene. I really did enjoy it. I just think they could have maybe implemented it in a different part of the story, either in episode 1 or 2. It just felt a little out of place here. But overall, like I said, I really did enjoy it. But then at the end of it, of course, you got Scott coming, and we find out that someone found Justin, and that brings us into the next part of the story. So then we got Maggie, and I think it's Cal, arriving at the campsite, bringing their deal for the food, and they end up running into Jed. I think it's Regina and Laura on the road, and I feel like this is a good scene. I think it was really handled well, especially with the tension between Maggie and this Jed guy. I think it was a good scene. The tension was built up really well, and I love how they got this whole thing played out with this Jed character. You might hate him, but I think the actor is doing a good job portraying him. I think he's very, he's a bad guy. He's got this, I don't know, he's got this air about him that when you see him or he walks onto site, oh god, this is gonna be good, or something bad might come out of this. So I think the actor is hitting it out of the park, and I really like this. And you got Maggie questioning what they're doing out here. I don't know, I feel like I understand Maggie's storytelling right now. I very much do. I know there's people who are mad about what Maggie's doing and how they don't like what she's turned into, but I think it's okay. I'm not mad about it. I think it's a realistic storytelling. She'd have this bitterness towards the Saviors. She'd be mad about Rick and them keeping Negan alive. It's understandable in any situation, in any war. I think you're always going to have that person that's going to be not agreeing with you. So I think that how they're doing it is good. And Warren Cohan, again, is giving a good portrayal of Maggie. Sadly, this is going to be her last 3 episodes, but I still am excited to see what they do with her and how they set up for her to return in the coming season 10. So I'm very excited to see what goes on here. And I think this is a great scene, definitely giving us some tension-filled moments, and definitely giving us some great stuff. And then at the end of the scene, of course, you got it connecting to Rick and Michonne's story, where they notice Justin, and that ties it back up to Scott, giving them the news of that something's going wrong at the camp. So I really like how they did that. Very nicely handled, and just great tension-filled moments. So I gotta give that some good points there. So then a whole fight breaks out at the camp with the Saviors, mainly led by Jed, and just everything goes crazy. You got Alden trying to settle things, saying everything will be okay. We're going to make sure whoever did this is caught and everybody's safe. And I like how they tie back in how they claim he's not one of them anymore. I really like that. And then you got, I think it's DJ and a couple other of the Saviors grabbing axes and about to start something. Now, this is a con I kind of have with the episode, is you're not letting these guys have guns, but yet you got these axes laying around, and like they could easily kill someone with that. Like I don't understand it. Like even the axe, I feel like is an even dangerous, more dangerous weapon than having a gun, because like that doesn't even make a sound. You could hide out and not kill someone from behind with that axe. I think that's so stupid. I don't know whoever wrote that. I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's just me not thinking straight, but I don't know. I just think that's kind of stupid. That like, oh, no guns for the saviors, but hey, have this axe here that you could maybe kill me with. I don't know. It just maybe kind of comes off as dumb to me, but maybe it's just that's just me. But then you got Rick who rides in on the horse and divides everybody up and settles everything, and we got him, going around talking to people, saying we're gonna figure this out. He talks to Gabriel because they had accused Anne of doing it, and Gabriel goes and checks on Anne. I'm gonna go to talk about them later on, and then you got him going to talk to Daryl because he's another person of interest. And I like how they did that. They have him being like the cop, going and interviewing people, making sure they're clean or whatever. And I really like the conversation that they do between him and Daryl. It was very well handled. I like the callback to Merle about how they gotta work together and everything. I really like that. I think that was a great scene. One thing that I liked in the dialogue was that Merle scene, but one thing I didn't like in the dialogue was when Daryl said, "How come they get to live but Gwen doesn't?" And that's a moment that really annoyed me because I feel like I want someone to say, "That's kind of your fault," because like I'm sorry, I know that people are gonna blame Negan, but come on, it was partially Daryl's fault that Gwen's dead. If he hadn't gone up and punched Negan in the face, then Gwen would be alive right now. So I feel like Daryl should have shut his mouth at that moment because it's like, dude, you're like indirectly responsible for the death of Gwen. So it's like Gwen doesn't have a life right now because you had to be a big shot and punch Negan. Like really, come on, Daryl. Let's remember your facts straight and not do these silly things. Like I don't know, that just kind of annoyed me there. It was just I don't know. I feel like they could have polished it up a little bit better or not put that line in at all. It's just kind of I don't know, I didn't really like how that came off with Daryl. So then you got the group going out and they're kind of like scouting the area, making sure everything's safe. You got Carol and Rick talking, and I really like the conversation there where Carol kind of says she's with Rick, even though she really wanted to kill that guy Jed. She's okay that she didn't. She kind of is on the side of following him now. Meanwhile, you got Cindy and Maggie, and they find this abandoned cabin and they end up taking out some walkers, but Cindy ends up getting into trouble. And I really like these scenes of Cindy and Maggie because they're very good tension-filled scenes of Cindy getting falling through the floorboards and whatnot. I really love those scenes. And then you got the Maggie getting like overwhelmed with the amount of zombies. Really good tension-filled scenes. Then you got the other people on the radio showing up: Rosita, Daryl, and Rick. And then of course you got the mystery of, oh no, I think it was Sector 5 or something didn't show up. So then they have to go out and find out what happened to them. I really like that. And then you find that one Oceanside person, Beatrice, there knocked out, and a rat is missing, the savior. So that even fuels even more fire into what's going on with these saviors, what's going on, like who's taking them, who's killing them, all this stuff. I really like that. Good tension-filled scenes. I think definitely in the right direction, and I just really like how they added a little bit more tension to the walkers, because lately they haven't been like I think it was Greg Nicotero mentioned that in the behind-the-scenes stuff. So I really like how they're making them more of a threat this season. So I really did enjoy how they handled that in this episode. Then you got the group splitting up into separate groups to go find a rat, and you got Daryl and Maggie, and you got them talking about how does Maggie fully on Rick's side, and you kind of get the feeling that she understands that this is the best thing to do with Negan. That way Herschel can have a good life. So I like how they got that. She just doesn't totally accept it due to everything that Negan's done. So I really like that. And they end up coming upon a walker, and they finally figure out who it is that's kidnapping and killing these saviors. Meanwhile, you got Rick and Carol in the woods searching at night, and they get ambushed by Jed and DJ. And Jed takes Carol at knife point and threatens to kill her. And I like this good tension-filled moment. and Rick's trying to talk them down, and then eventually Carol takes out Jed, stabs him, and doesn't kill him. I like that, and I like how she reframes back to the line that Rick said earlier about how every life matters. So I really like that. It's showing the evolution of Carol into not being always killing machine, but coming into this kind of more of a understanding that you need to not kill everybody. I like how they got that there. Great stuff between these characters in these scenes, and I like how they got this with the whole savior stuff. I really like how they did that with Jed. But I'm interested to see what goes on with him in the coming up stories. So finally, we got the big reveal at the end that it's Oceanside killing the saviors. Only the ones, though, that killed the men at their community back when Simon was in charge. I really like that, because you got Justin and a rat who... Justin's new this season, a rat's been around. Not everyone was always going to be, just always a follow of Negan, or follow Simon. I mean, there's still going to be some lingering around, or, they all weren't always a part of Simon's crew. So I like how they tied that up there, and I like how they did that. I think this is a great scene, especially the emotional state while Cindy's telling the story of what happened. Justin killed Beatrice's husband, and a rat is the one who killed her brother. So I really like that, and I really like how it was happened at their old home. Such a great scenes. I love this moment. And you got a rat saying that she's changed, begging for her life, and then you got them asking about what happened and everything, and then especially what she said to the brother about no exceptions, and how that's the exact same thing Negan said right before he killed Glenn. Awesome, great stuff. Really loved that moment. And then, of course, she got Cindy saying they did this because of Maggie. Now, my one comment is I feel like Maggie should have had a realize that this is because of her, and she's kind of not going down the right path. I think that's going to happen in the next episode, though, so I'm holding out as giving that a con to this episode, because I think it might happen next episode. But overall, really loved these scenes, and love how they just decided to let them kill Rat and go on their merry way, and then they decide to go visit Negan, and that's how the episode ends, along the saviors walking off of the bridge building place. So I really like that. I really like how they did that. It was a great scene, and I think it definitely gave the Oceanside characters more backstory and something to do other than just kind of being background characters. So I really like how they did that in this episode. Last, of course, we got the whole Anne/Jadis and Father Gabriel stuff. Now, I absolutely hated this episode. The minute Anne went back to being Jadis, I was done. All those scenes just annoyed me. With her and Gabriel, I know everybody's making this big, huge deal about this helicopter, which in my opinion is nothing. I don't even think Gabriel's going to die, because we see him interviewing Magna later on in the trailer. So all this is dumb. I'm just sick and tired of this whole helicopter thing. I just hope that Gabriel breaks free next week, kills Jadis, and then blows the helicopter out of the sky. No offense to anybody who's hoping that the helicopter saves Rick, if you want to believe that. No, that's fine by me. I just don't believe that. But, I just didn't like this. It just annoyed me. I know people want these questions answered, and I do too. But it's just God, it's just annoying me at this point. I don't know. The helicopter thing I don't know. More and more we get into it, just annoys me more. I just kind of wish they had scrapped it all together, unless they do something amazing with it, but at this point I don't have much hope that they will. But overall, I feel like this was a good episode. Not as good as the first two. I think I gave them, 9 out of 10. I'm probably going to give this one a 7 out of 10. Not as strong as the first two, but I think it was definitely on the right track. The thing that makes it lower as rating-wise is because not much happened. It was just the mystery of finding out who killed the saviors. Nothing else much happened. It didn't progress the story much other than that. And, of course, the Father Gabriel stuff, which I didn't really like. Again, other than that, nothing else really happened, and for that reason, I gotta give it a 7 out of 10. But overall, still very much enjoyed it, and a very good episode for what they're doing so far with this season. So yeah, guys, that's my review of The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 3, Warning Signs. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share, and don't forget to subscribe down below and hit that bell icon, that way you don't miss any more Walking Dead content from me in the future. It has been Vision here with Blind Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.